Why didn't Filipinos want to board ships during the Spanish period? Because they're afraid that they might get traded along with jars of pickles. Good day, my dear viewers. I'm Kuya Ems, and welcome to Chocat Lapis. This is Kasaysayan Chronicles, and this is episode 4 of our 12-part series regarding Spanish colonization. The Galleon Trade was a mega trade route that linked Asia, the Americas, and Europe, and the Philippines was right at the center. It began in 1565 when Miguel Lopez de Legazpi's expedition, with the help of navigator friar Andres de Urdaneta, discovered the return route from the Philippines to Mexico across the Pacific. From then on, once a year, a massive galleon would set sail from Manila to Acapulco, Mexico, and return months later with silver. These ships were called Manila galleons, like giant floating shopping malls filled with high-value goods. This system lasted for 250 years, from 1565 to 1815. The system was simple, but the journey was long and risky. To Mexico, the galleons carried goods from Asia: silk, porcelain, tea, spices, and other luxury items, mostly from China, Japan, and Southeast Asia. In Acapulco, these goods were paid for with silver mined from Latin America, especially those from Mexico and Peru. The silver was brought back to the Philippines and used to pay the Chinese and Asian traders. Only one ship per year was allowed by law to avoid competition and protect profits. That's why each voyage were high stakes. One mistake and you could lose millions in gold and lives. Think of it as an annual mega sale, with pirates, typhoons, and international politics in the background. But who benefited from it? Because the profits were so massive, the Spanish crown and colonial elites tightly controlled the system. Most of the wealth went to Spanish colonial officials, then to the insulares, or the Spaniards born in the Philippines, and a few elite Chinese-Filipino merchants. The average Filipino, they made the goods, carried the boxes, or worked as sailors, often with low pay but high risk. Yes, a few locals managed to gain access to trade, but wealth inequality was real and huge. The galleon trade widened the economic gap between colonizers and the colonized. But it wasn't just about products. It was also about people and culture. From Mexico to the Philippines came corn, cacao or chocolate, fiesta tradition and music, and of course, sombreros. From the Philippines and Asia, Latin America and Europe received tea, folding fans, porcelain, Asian crafts, and other art styles. The galleon trade was one of the earliest examples of globalization, centuries before the internet made it trendy. By 1815, the galleon trade came to a close. But why? There are a few reasons. First, the Spanish colonies in Latin America were revolting, including Mexico's War of Independence. The system was also losing some money due to corruption, delays, and monopoly problems. And at that time also, steamships and modern trade networks were starting to take over. And so, after more than 2 centuries, the galleon system ended, but its impact stayed with us. It helped shape global connections of the Philippines and explains why we share so many cultural traits with Latin America, especially with Mexico. From fiestas to food, from language to looks. If you had fun or learned something new today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon so you never miss out on our fun new episodes. We've got more adventures coming your way. History, science, and math, all with a twist of nerdy fun. I'm Kuya Ems, and I'll see you in the next one.